Right. I'm looking at that screen and it's got the wrong one. So apologies for the lateness today. It was basically I've been busy copying stuff over for work. Um, I'm still doing it at the moment. It's still got about 113,000 files to go. But the good thing is I've forgotten I can switch between, because I'm on D sub at the moment, which is VGA. So I don't have to worry too much about being on HDMI, so that I can get it sorted. So yeah, really sorry that I was late. Wasn't intentional. It was just, work stuff. Okay, so Pool of Radiance. Let's get this on the road, and let me boot up first. What it would be helpful if I put the back power on. There we go. So the other thing to let you know is I've also fixed the CD-ROM for the 486. It was just a quick change. I think I already mentioned this, but I'm just going to mention it again anyway. It was a change for the CD, and that's working fine now. So I may be bringing it out a bit more on December. I'll talk about December in a bit, because I've got an idea for maybe push another DOS stream possibly, but we'll see about that later. Right, all right. You'll also notice that this loads quicker as well, and it's because I've stopped the intro. So the first bit, the AD&D, will pop up, but the Polar Radiance bit doesn't, because that's apparently the intro bit that gets skipped. Right, code wheel time. So a C type thing. That one. And that one. And if we go B. Obviously, you're not going to hear anything from the sound because I don't think it'll pick this up. Which is kind of weird because it's picking up my other half coughing in the other room, but it doesn't seem to want to pick up the beeper sound, which is right underneath it, which is very strange. But yeah, right. So there are some changes to this party, and it's nothing bad. It's just I've been grinding off stream, and I've basically increased the levels of a few people. I didn't want to kind of bore you guys with the kind of here's another stream where I kind of grinding away just to get higher levels. So I think the only one that's not gone up is Zilith because of the multi-class stuff. And usually Zilith is in the back, so she doesn't get as attacked as much. Plus with the bow and arrow, she's pretty good at it. So I can leave her for a while. Let's have a look at the characters we've leveled up. So Core is level 3 now, and does a sweep move with goblins. And because of the level 3, he gets an extra 2 attacks on top of the one he gets anyway. We have Sturm, who is now also level 3, has the same sweep attack movement as Core. Gold Moon is a level 3 cleric. I think she was kind of a level 2 or a level 3, but she's up there now. She's now got spells such as Bless and Spiritual Hammer. I think we already discussed that anyway, but there we go. And let's have a look. Where else we got? Zilith is still level 1-1. We'll get back to her later. I think what we'll do is, once it gets some more special items that'll give us 1,000 straight away, then she can level up. But until then, she's staying as she is. Well, she takes longer to go up in XP anyway. So if we go back to, say, Core and Sturm. See, Core is now easily level 4. Let me just pull up the experience. So he's a level 4 now, approaching level 5. Sturm is level 4 easily. Gold Moon is, and when I say level 4, not actually, but has the ability to do it. Level 3 now, but she's got enough experience for a level 4. Brian is the last one we, well, I say we, I leveled up just before, well, not just before this stream, I think I did it on Monday or Sunday, so he's just hit 3rd at 5,000 experience though. He's got the potential of being 4th. Oh, he's got the potential of being 4th after 1 experience point, so he's very close. Yeah, so I've just leveled him up, Brian. And Farrell is now level 3, has Magic Missile and Mirror Image as spells. Is doing better with the Quarterstaff, actually. She's getting some good hits off. But there, that's the team we have at the moment. So we can begin adventuring. We're in the... Oops, I didn't want to go outside, but never mind. Turn the sound off. Because I had the sound on and my other half was like, could you turn it down a bit? Because all she could hear is the whistling sound that happens when one of the characters does an arrow thing, and it was getting on the nerves a bit. So it's understandable. Maybe I can just shut my head off to it. So, but like I said, I don't think it's been picked up on stream anyway. Right, so we're going back through here, which is the usual place. But what I want to do is I want to look at some areas that were available, but we couldn't go in because it was packed with monsters. We were too weak. I'm wondering whether we can actually do that now. Okay, so we can't go there. This was packed. Let's see if we can get in. A large hawk raises its head and snarls, "How dare you break into our home?" Let's see how many there are. Because remember, there was a massive army of them. Ooh. Oh, okay. Maybe we could take them on this time. So, use sling. It's got orc leaders, and so we might get some booty out of this. If we survive. Ah, yeah, of course. Although I'm sure the room layout was a bit different last time. Now, where's... I know one of them I can send to sleep. So once I get back to Zilith, I might send a lot of them to sleep and see whether that'll help. Okay, so cast, sleep. Okay, that's those gone. Hello there, CDJ. Yeah, a lot of orcs. I avoided this last time. Well, I didn't avoid it. I went in with the low level party and got wasted. So I have to see how well I do with this run. Although one of my teammates is dying at the moment. Okay, done. Bandage. Got rid of a leader. Yeah, I forgot once you cry right next to the archers, they have to jump to melee weapons. Okay, so you can attack that one. You can attack this one. Six damage. That's another one down. Alright, which one am I going to go for? This one probably.
Amigo_gamer says you skipped Amiga Monday. Proof you are an Atari fan.
No apologies. Yesterday I just couldn't. Just wasn't in the thing for it. So apologies for that. But hey, it's coming back next Monday. It's not. It's just I wasn't in the streaming mood for it, to be honest. Hello there, Amiga Gamer. Makes me think of BT1, where in the castle you enter a room and encounter 4 groups of 99 berserkers. That one hurt. BT1, which one's BT1? It's fine, I'm hooked on Mega Drive games. Yeah, I'll have to do a Mega Drive stream at one point, because you know I've got the stuff up there. So it'd be good to do a proper hardware-based one. Played Wonderboy till 3 AM. Which one's that one on the? Because there's 2 on the Mega Drive. There's 2 on the Mega Drive. There's oh, which ones are they? There's 4, which is supposedly the one with the is it a girl instead? And then there's is it 3? I've got one down there actually thinking about it. It might be Once the World or something like that. Well, the orcs that I put to sleep are dying in easily crawl blows because I'm a dick like that. But it does mean we're getting through some of these a little bit quickly. Wonder Boy 5, Monster World 3. That's another orc gone. So I'll catch up with the other bits of chat in a minute. Girl is Monster World 4, yeah. Because it was a bit of a, I'd say a strange series. When you look at the series, it kind of, because I remember 1, 2, 3, then it goes funnier for a bit, and then it's like Monster World 4, and it's just like, the hell? Yeah, I'd have to have a proper look at that at some point. Another orc down. It's another orc down. Farrell's gone down. Let me just bandage Farrell just in case. Oh, I can't. Okay. So I've still got time to... Might try Dungeon Master again sometime. It's a fun game. Monster World 4 is Wonder Boy 6. Right, hang on a minute. I'll have to look this up now. So we got, well, according to Wikipedia on the bottom with the series bit, it says Wonder Boy, Monsterland, Wonder Boy 3 Monster Layer. Then you got Wonder Boy 3 The Dragon's Trap, also known as Monster World 2. Then you got Wonder Boy Monster World, known as Wonder Boy 5 Monster World 3. Then you got Monster World 4, which is what we say is Monster World 6, is it? No. What did you say it was? Wonder Boy 6, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And then you got Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. Spiritual successor to the Wonder Boy series, released for Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One in December 2018. So yeah, if anybody else is confused by that timeline. I think it got a recent remake, I've not played that one yet. Monster World 7 is a late result. Hello there, One Man Conga. Right, so since some of you are already here, you might have missed the intro. Some of the party are now much more advanced than they were, and I've been doing the grinding off screen, so you didn't have to waste time watching me do it. Two of the fighters are level 3. The cleric is level 3. The magic user, I believe, is either a 2 or a 3. And the thief was the last person to go to level 3. The only one that hasn't been put up yet is Zillith, who's still level 1. But Zillith is multi-class. So that means she takes longer to acquire points. But I think last time we came into somewhere like this, we got owned because we were such a lowly level 1. And we're doing quite well at the moment. To be fair though, I am cheating slightly because I did put a lot of them to sleep, which means I can do one-hit kills. Another one dead. They don't seem to be going for Zilith, which is fine, but it's another one dead. It's another one dead. This gem's gone down, so I have to bandage him. Orc surrenders. Orc surrenders. Another one gone. $11 damage. Another one gone. Last one surrendered. 825 experience. Let's see what we get. Uh, 400 electrum. Sorry, 400 silver, 80 electrum. That's quite a bit. That's it, is it? Ooh. What we got? We got broadsword, chainmail, longbow, 7 arrows. Please tell me we've got enough people to carry this. We do. Excellent. Ah, this is good. Monsterland 8 is Wonderland World 4 for fuck's sake. Sorry, Monsterland 8 in Wonderland 4 for fuck's sake. Stupid naming. Yeah, gets too difficult. Right, hopefully. So we've cleaned out this area. That's good. And the good thing is, I can now just sleep. Because nobody's going to come out and pest me. Made the last one up, but even if you did, I don't think anybody would notice with their kind of naming, to be fair. The other thing I've done with this game is I've made a coin reference sheet, so I can put in the figures roughly about what everybody's got, and I can work out quickly whether I've got enough money to do a training session, which you all know is about 1,000 gold. I looked online for stuff, but I think the coin exchange rates are slightly different in different editions. So what I've made up works fine, which is good. Okay, save B. Nope, I want to. In fact, I'm going to go back into town. Take the search off. Alright, let's see what we can identify on this lot. Oh. Excuse me, do you want to break in? No, I do not. Do not want to piss off the guards. Whilst a few of you are here as well, I did say I'd talk a bit about December. So December is me streaming DOS games. I mean, I'm already doing one at the moment, but specifically for that month. So in case I haven't already mentioned, I've got 2 games that I'm thinking of doing. There is Chasm the Rift and William Shatner's Tech War. There is a poll out for this already, and there's been, at the moment, it's looking like Tech War is winning by 2 votes. So let me put the poll in chat. There's a poll if you want to go and put something into it. It's looking like Sunday's probably going to be when I'm going to be doing that. Because I was playing Postal on Dreamcast, which is quite fun actually, on the Sunday. And I think I can get that done in the next 2 to 3 streams, which will set me nicely up for December. And I'm also considering hijacking Friday and possibly doing some kind of quick games. So then you'll have 2 days worth of like serious DOS gaming. And then by serious I mean like long-winded. And then maybe one day play things like Wacky Races from, is it Wacky Races? Or Wacky Wheels from Apogee. And maybe some other kind of fun ones as well, short ones. And I could do that through December. So that's what I'm considering. So that's in there. Right, let's pop around for a moment. In fact, I'll put the search back on because it'll take longer to pop around. Because if I remember rightly, the shop's open from 00 to about, I think it's 7, 19, something like that. There we go. Light. Take up search. Alright, let's see how much some of this stuff is. How much are you going to give me for the broadsword? 1,000 gold pieces. No, let's see what it is. That's ID. Not enough money. Who's got the cash? Electrum is 80. Let me just have a quick look at my calculator thing. 80 Electrum is 40 gold, right? Okay. So I definitely don't have enough. Alright, let's have a look what the other items are going to be. So that's at least 1,000. 12 gold pieces for the chainmail, so that's a standard one. You can have that. 10 gold pieces for the longbow, so it's a standard longbow. Is it worth... Is it better than a short bow? I'm just trying to think. Is it difference between them to the range? Or does it also help in terms of damage? Just looking at the 2nd edition rules here. Feel free to put it in chat anyway if you already know. So according to 2nd edition rules, short bow, it's a damage of 1d6 for small to medium and 1d3 for large. but there are dashes in. Oh, I'm assuming the dash basically means whatever is above it is the same one, possibly. Oh no, right, sorry. I've got the wrong one here. I was reading the club. So it has dashes in with the damage. Has something about speed factor, but it's not really much difference between longbow and short bow. Doesn't really say anything else though. I suppose I could hang on to the longbow and see whether it's worth playing around with. Alright, 10 gold pieces for the longbow. Let's say no for now. Broadsword is 1,000. That's going to be a +1. Chainmail is 12. We can have that. 7 arrows. 0 gold pieces. No, but I'm going to trade that with Zilith. I'll trade this with Zilith as well. Can't, she's overloaded, that's fine. So we've got at least 2 levels of items for Zilith. We didn't pick anything up because it was down. I did Gold Moon. I think Gold Moon was the first to go. Right, Longsword, I think is hers. Longbow, sell this longbow for 10. Can have that one. Chainmail for 12, we can have that one. Broadsword for 1,000. No. Longbow for 10. Chainmail for 1,750 for the chainmail. That's gonna be a +1. 2,000 for the flail. Well, I'm keeping that one. Okay. Okay. We've got 3 broadswords that are worth about 1,000. So I'm going to sell one, at least. And then I'm going to go and get Zilith leveled, and a fighter section, I think, would be a good idea. So at least she's leveled. Actually, no. I'm ready. I need to rethink this. I need to, in fact, what I'm going to do. Apologies for my indecision here. But if I remember right, there was 2, wasn't there? 2 broadswords that were worth at least 1,000. So I'm going to trade this with Zilith. And then get another 1,000, and then she can level twice. She can do at least 1 in each of Fighter and Mage. Which would be the better idea. Because then at least we've got 1 broadsword that's worth something. So sell that one. Yes. Okay. That's that. That's that. Hopefully I've not left any money behind. That's going to be embarrassing. Right, first of all, fighter. Don't want a dueling pairs. Don't want a partner. Okay, do you want to train? Yes. Zilith is going to train to be a level 2 fighter. Yep. Save B. Begin adventuring. And it's, which way is it? Is it west door? So it's this one. Yeah, it's east door, sorry. Magic users. Yes, one is train. Train Zilith. Level 2 magic user. Yes. Right, what can she have? You know what? I'm going to go with magic missile because it's always good to have. And with Zilith being at the back, it kind of makes sense to have something ranged. So, save B. And begin adventuring. Which should leave everybody with bugger all because we bought a load of stuff. Let's also go back into the shop and pull everything and just check how much money I've got left over. Pull share view. Right, so we've got 6, 1, 13. Okay, so that's fine. So need to get some darts for Farrell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of those bought. UI. Join all this up. Then Zilith, I think, is low on arrows. Want to join these up actually. Yep. Exit B. Oops. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exit there. UI. Join all these up. Right, so we know we've got a longbow there, which is going to be. Just wondering whether. So I've kept the shortbow +1. I'm going to keep the longbow. Chainmail and flail. Who is it that usually has a flail? I know who has flail. Okay, so that's going to get traded with Gold Moon. Chainmail, I'm tempted just to dump anyway. Because none of us are going to use a chainmail. Let's sod it and sell it. Then we're going to pull all the items together. Yeah. Gold Moon has... should have enough for 200. identify this. Fail +1, right? That's what I thought it was. Sell this. I have a +1 flail. I think that is everybody now. Double check that I'm not missing anything. You have a longbow that you can sell. And there's the broadsword for 1,000. Yeah, sell it, sell it. I don't think anybody in chat's going to mind anyway. It just means that it gives me another person to level up. Right, who am I going to level up next? I think what would be wise if I leveled up the fighter. That puts him at level 4. Core's the main person that usually has a decent amount of AC. It's rarely likely to get knocked down. Yeah, let's upgrade Core. And then we can go on adventuring again. So this is pretty good. We've kind of gone in, first fight, found a load of booty, and quickly leveled up people. You've not had to sit through about 3 streams of me grinding. So lucky for all of us, actually. Fighters, I want to train, yes. Core's going to get trained to level 4. Let's see how healthy he is now. 29 hit points. That's pretty good. Save beat. Right, let's see where else we can get rid of. I get rid of, I mean, areas that I completely missed out on because my party was too low in terms of experience. That's what I was trying to get at. Pasture here. Pasture here. Right, okay. So I think this is the next area to be, so let's encamp and save. Did we come in? I think we did come in here, right? Okay. That's fine. Try this door. Seated at the table is a ragged old woman. She greets you. Welcome. For the price of a few coppers, I will tell you your fortune. What do you do? I think we've seen this woman. Let's pay and see what she says. The woman's hands make mystic passages while she mutters some words. Her voice undergoes a strange transformation. Blood and violence are writ boldly in your future. Look for friends where you expect enemies and enemies where you expect allies. The telling is finished. Okay, let's leave. She's not really giving us anything. That's fine. We've crossed the palm. Where else can we go? Sure, there was another place we tried to break in and we got wasted. Save. Bashed it. Don't see anything. Nothing in here. Ooh, stumbled into a treasure room. That was quick. Excellent. So I was wondering if that was a secret area because there's no door there. So I tried to go through and looks like I was right. So what we got? I got money. 1,000 electrum. Okay, let me just have a quick look at my... See what gold we've got in here. So we've got 1,000 electrum. That translates to 500 gold pieces. We have 92... 50 platinum, 4 gems, and 2 jewelry. So we've got at least 842 here. So I'm going to have to appraise those when we get back. Yeah, I'm going to claim treasure, sorry. What else we got? 20 hours and a short bow. Okay. Brilliant. That's another amazing find. Can save and beat. We've entered a small storage room. There's nothing in there though. I think we must have been here before. So that's that bit cleaned out. Nothing in there. Oh, because we've just been in there, didn't we? Oh, I know there's another area for us. Goblins in this room here. But I'm not going to chance it. What I am going to do is going to save. I'm going to try this door at the north. More orcs. Guards run to intercept. Guards run to intercept you. Let's see how many we can survive on this. It was this room. That was it. This room was the room with this many guards. And archers at the back. So it's 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 by 8. My 8 times table is awful, so just give me a sec whilst I find out what that was. It's about 30 odd, I think it is. It's a lot of guards, yeah. We died here last time, but last time I wasn't a level 1 or level 2. So what did I say? 4 by 8 was it? 32 guards. Right, let's see how well we do. We've saved before, so it's fine. Exit. Okay. 7 damage, 1 down. Excuse me, most of these won't be able to move anyway. 6 damage, another 1 down. And I'm going to have to get rid of those two, because they're going to be a problem. Eight damage, another one gone. Nine damage, another one gone. Nice to have a +1 flail that's doing a good amount of damage. Cross your fingers, viewers. See if we can actually trash this lot. Oh no, I don't have sleep. I was going to say I was tempted to be mean and do another sleep and kill, but I don't think it's going to work. Because I think I've forgotten to save Zilith's spell. Most of these can't move anyway, which gives it as a good advantage. Because they're not attacking. Got you. Oops. I might stick to some magic missile with Zilith. Not Zilith, Farrell. Excuse me, and my bloody seat. Oh, somebody got him. Just wondering whether it's possible to, whether it's worth it for me to aim at the bowman at the back, but at the moment there's so many guards here, I don't think it makes much difference. That's another one down. So another one gone. Wonder at what point they start surrendering. Because I've seen that in a few fights now. I've also seen a couple of times where goblins have just fled. And that started happening when another one gone. When I think we were going up a few levels, the goblins would, a couple of them would just flee, and some of them would just attack you for a bit and then flee. Let's do a cast magic missile. Full points. Are you dead? No. Okay. Five points. You should be down. You are. Slowly edging through. Just a 2 point. Oh, come on. Are you hoping you were going to die in a fall? Well, good thing we leveled Zilith, because otherwise that probably would have knocked it down. Yep, you're now gone. Five points, you must be dead. You are. Right, before we start, I just want to make sure as we're on. 32 originally. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 is still in play, at least. So we've basically taken a few out. The bowmen are coming down now. That's another one dead. Which means I should be able to get the bowman. Another one gone. Okay, move up one with this one. I'm going to do a ranged. Don't think I can go that far with a sling. It's possible, but I don't really want to try it. But the orc leaders have now got battle axes. So they seem to have swapped. Unless they've run out of arrows, which is a possibility. Seven damage, another one down. You can move up one and then attack. 7. Attack again. Or not good enough. What was the 4? Was it this one? Yeah, I missed. That's one of my party down now. You want to hit this one. 5, that's another one gone. 7, another one gone. Bandage, gold moon. Switch to the quarterstaff. 4 damage. Nope, not good enough. Take you out because you're too close. Still missed. Seven from the mage kills you. That's another one gone. Back to the darts with the magic user since there's nobody near her. You can eat arrow for a change. And have a sling as well. Still missed. Nine damage and you're dead. 3 damage and you're dead. Doing really well as well. Okay, let's go for the top guy. 5 damage, you're down. You can eat arrow. Miss. Should have gone with someone closer, but never mind. Which one you do with thief? 5 damage, you're down. Surrender. 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 Is the leader going to surrender? Oh, yep, did. That surrenders. Continue battle? No. That was quite a fight, and I think we shall celebrate with... Where's the... where's the thing gone? Here we go.
Here's my motherfucking bomb! I'm a lead farmer, motherfucker!
Oh yeah, we're all lead farmers. So, that was a good, a massively good win for us, with one person down. And yeah, still quite a lot of healthy other people. Sturma at 11 left, 16 for core. It's not bad. Right, what we got? Money, 720 silver. Overloaded. It's fine. We'll just give it to someone else. Brian can have it, I think. 40 electrum. What else we got? Got a battle axe, chainmail, 2 longbows, chainmail, and then a battle axe. Okay. Exit there. Pool and share. And camp. Rest. So Goldmouth can get back on her feet. I remember finding something interesting years ago from looking at the Amiga disk of Captive. It seems to bypass the MFM encoding to prevent piracy. Ingenious. Sounds pretty good. MFM encoding, is that multi... What's MFM? MFM multi... No, I don't think it is it? Just double check. Modified frequency modulation. You copy with the standard copy, you get junk. You need to create your own driver derived for the captive bootloader to create a copy. Says run length limited RLL line code used to encode data on most floppy disks and some hard drives. It was first introduced in hard disks in 1970 with the IBM 3330, and then in floppy disk drives beginning with the IBM 53FD in 1976. MFM is a modification to the original frequency modulation encoding. FM encoding wrote both a clock signal and a data separately, required 2 clock cycles per data bit, whereas MFM combines the two into a single signal requiring only 1 clock cycle, and thus writing twice as much data to the same disk. For this reason, MFM disks are typically known as double density, whilst the earlier FM became known as single density. MFM is used with a data rate of 250 to 500 kilobits a second, 500 to 1000 kilobits encoded on industry standard 5¼ inch and 3½ inch ordinary and high density floppy diskettes. MFM was also used in early hard disk designs before the advent of more efficient types of RLL codes. Outside of niche applications, MFM encoding is obsolete in magnetic recording. 2 physical bits on a disk is 1 logical bit. Okay. Put that in chat for anybody else to read that. Let's see what else we got in here. Hobgoblins. You intrude on a gathering of monster leaders. Oh dear. See how many of them there are. Ooh. What we got? A Null for 10 hit points. A Hobgoblin leader, sorry. We got an Ogre, which we've taken on before. And another Null. Oh, and a Hobgoblin leader. Okay. That's fine. Who am I going to go for? The Ogre or the Null? Of the Ogre. Fucker's got a longbow. Right, I'm going to have to take that guy out. 11 damage, you're dead. Got you for 5. Missed that one though. Eight damage, that's you down. Move forward, and then I'm gonna not shoot myself. Go for the back one. 7 damage, you should be down. Yep. Stops the annoying bowman. What we got? Sorry. I'm really gonna de-squeak this chair. I tried 30 years ago to disassemble the captive bootloader, but my 68k skills were not good enough. Plus, I was more interested in being women. I thought there was a troll there. I was gonna say, ouch, poppy plants town. I have seen a troll in this game. They're quite big. I might try and attempt to go for it again, but because we got a better party now, so there's a good possibility we can. Can I move down here and go for you? In manual there. Fire and acid versus trolls, if I remember. Evening, geeky chappy. Oh shit, that was a stupid idea. Utterly stupid. Let's see if I can get out of the way. I can, but I didn't damage. Oh, you fucking idiot. It's my stupid fault. Give me a sec. How's the adventure life going? Well, we've got quite a few people leveled up now. We did that off, I did that off stream, and luckily, thanks to the leveled up people, I've decided to go and find the little areas that we attempted to go in and got owned because we were too low level. And you've just missed a 32 enemy ogre set where we just basically went in and just took most of them out. So yeah, that was a good one, and we got lots of booty for that. Helped to actually increase the last person that had been leveled, which was the multi-class. But it's looking like we might do another set of leveling as well. 11 damage, that's the ogre gone. 8 damage. A miss. We've also found some +1 weapons as well. We sold a few just to help us level. You can't flee in panic because, talking to Null here, you're trapped. And now you're dead. Right, I think that's it. What we got? Oh, you can't take anything because you're overloaded. 36 copper, 24 electrum, and 35 gold. And we have long swords and longbows. So at least one of those is going to be enchanted, I think. Or at least worth something. Let's do a bit of a rest. So if I need to level the next person, it's going to be a toss between Sturm and Goldmoon, to be honest. That reminds me, I need to get some magic done. So let's start memorizing. So Zilith can do 2 spells. She can do sleep because that's a good one. And magic missile is always a good one. Sit there. Yep. Barrel. Has 2. So she can go for 2 magic missiles like last time. And Goldmoon is fine. Okay. Always easier going once you've leveled up a bit. Yeah. It's taken a few hours to do some leveling. So basically all I did was, if you remember this map here, I basically went down and to the left and then to the left again where the random part was, and just basically just spent hours in there just creaming around. That sounded weird. Spending hours in there just kind of running around picking fights. And as I've said before, now I'll just say again, it's basically saved us about 3 streams of me doing that. So it's good to kind of come in and pick off all the little bits. Oops, I don't want to do that. Now that we're a decent level. So we're going to go back into town, see what we can sell. And we're going to come back here and go to the right here because there's a load of goblins in there, including a couple of leaders with bows. So it'll be interesting to see if we can take those on. In fact, that's probably a good reason for me to level up Sturm if I've got the money. And I should have actually, because Sturm should pick up an extra attack, I believe. Because we've already got a level 3 attacks. On level 3, they attack 3 times. So I'm hoping 4 times will be possible with a smaller enemy type. And everybody's closed. I hate grinding in most games, but for some reason I quite enjoy it in D&D. Is it these type of games you enjoy it for, or as in this old school one, or maybe new ones like Baldur's Gate, or is it just D&D in general? D&D games in general, should I say? I'm just wandering around until the shop's open. Oops, I didn't want to do that. There we go. Yep. Let's see if we have anything special. So, we should have, or someone should still have some jewels. $1,750 gold pieces. That looks like that's going to be a +1. Nope. 50 gold pieces for 20 arrows. That looks like it's going to be a +1. Can I ID these? Yep. So trade with Zilith. And I think we're just going to sell a short bow anyway, because we've already got a 1 for 1,000. Oh, actually, I'm gone. Where's the praise? Yep, okay. Praise gems. 50 gold pieces. Sell those. Oh, just one at 500. Okay. Jewelry. Fucking hell. 3,800. Yep, sell that. Yep, so okay, that's fine. So we're gonna pool it all in share. I think it might be best to start because we're gonna have a fuck ton of money now. So I think let's do some more leveling. It's probably the better idea. So I said I was gonna go Sturm next. Just have a look at the characters. We should have enough. My count coin. My count coin. My count. My coin calculator. There's 293. 7 gold. 17 electrum. Yeah, I'm already hitting 1,400. 151 silver. And about 6 copper. Yeah, more than enough. I don't mind grinding Palace of the Dead in Final Fantasy XIV. XP tombstones plus soloing, it's a good challenge. Which one was 14? Was 14 the Morpurga? Or was that 13? I can never remember which one it is. Right, Storm's gonna go up. Train, yes. Level 4, yep. So look, Gold Moon has enough for a level. I think everybody's got one now. Brian's got enough for a level. Oh no, he's not, is he? 14 is the Morpega. Yeah, okay. Endwalker, Shadowbringers, etc. Right, let me just check where I'm up to in fighter levels. Sorry, experience levels. So Brian is 7408. Yes, he can go to level 4. No. Don't want to do that. Got so much progress, it'd be stupid enough for me to do that. Right. This would be the rogues. Yep. Brian can be a level 4 thief. Farrell's got 1. Goldmoon can. But, oh, Goldmoon can go to at least a fighter. What Cole can do it as well. But doesn't have the experience. So now at the moment, Cole is about 2,000 away from hitting level 5, so he can't do it yet. Sturm is behind anyway. Goldmoon is 3. Can certainly hit 4 and is close to 5. Brian just went up 1. So if I train Zilith again for level 3, or can she not? No, yes she can, because it's level 3. Magic user, she can also do that as well. So let me just go and train Zilith. Which would be useful if I actually use the correct exit. Apologies while I sort this out again. Do you want to train? Yes. So if it's going to get trained to level 3, yep. And then we want to save B. And then we'll sort out the magic users now. So B again. Don't want your services. Don't want a partner. Yes, I want to train. Barrel's going up. Level 4 magic user. Which means what's she going to learn now? Doesn't have much more in the way of spells to choose from. Have a look at Stinking Cloud. Some AD&D games I love were by either Beholder and Dungeon Hack. So I missed Dungeon Hack. Yeah, you can pick up Dungeon Hack at GOG. GOG sells that. It's basically a if I remember rightly, it's a one character dungeon crawl. And I also remember a YouTuber called Kikoskia, I think, did the LP for that. That was quite fun to watch. I think I ended up picking that up in the end. I'll have to see if the 486 can handle that, and then I can put it on here. Let me just double check Dungeon Hack. '93 it came out. It's Forgotten Realms. Specs under Moby Games is minimum CPU required of 386 with MS-DOS 5. Minimum RAM is 2 meg. Sound devices supported: Adlib PC speaker Roland NT32, Sound Blaster, Sound Blaster 16, Sound Blaster Pro, and Thunderboard. Input of keyboard and mouse. It also supports a printer apparently. Notes 3.1 meg 3.1 meg of free hard drive space, 255k disk space for save games, 575,000 bytes of free base RAM to run the game, 960,000 bytes of free XMS, and 960 bytes of free EMS to have digitized sound effects, and about a meg of free XMS to have optimal game performance. If the game is running less than 960k of XMS, the game may begin in reduced decoration mode where decorated graphics are not displayed. And it says there's also a PC98 release of this as well. So it's possible I could probably put it on the 486 here. I'm just wondering whether I should just make a CD of all the games from GOG and dump it on, because they always put it in a folder. So I should probably just dump everything in a CD and just like copy it from there. It's probably an idea. Seems that as part of the Forgotten Realms collection, yeah, they did have like loads of bundles if you remember. I don't know whether because they've done weird things with GOG has done weird things with the packs, because I noticed that when I bought some of the packs, like was it the Fallout pack or something? They had it as like one, and then they pulled it out and sold it separately, and kind of gone backwards and forwards with it. So I got some more packs that are still available in mine that they don't sell as a pack anymore. It's kind of weird. Forgotten Realms was great. Played so many tabletop D&D sessions there. Yeah, it seems to be the main campaign anyways, Forgotten Realms. Right, Stinking Cloud. I just want to know whether this is a good one or whether I can, because I think that's an area of effect spell. It's a second level spell. Okay. 30-yard range. Duration is run 1 round per level. It's a 20-foot cube. Wizard creates a billowing mass of nauseous vapors up to 30 yards away from its position. Any creature caught within the cloud must roll a successful saving throw versus poison or be reeling and unable to make an attack because of nausea for 1d4 plus 1 rounds after leaving the cloud. Okay. Strength is basically strengthening a character. Raven Enfeeblement is weakening an opponent, reducing strength. Knock is like a special open lock spell. I think Stinking Cloud might be a good one actually to go for. Let's go for that. Right, and say B. In adventuring, the last person to get leveled again is Gold Moon. Level 4 Cleric. Oh, it didn't ask me to learn anything. Fair enough. But we've got some quite decent stats now in the HP section. So that's going to be good. Let's see who's got things to sell still. In fact, let's make sure I did save that. Good choice on the Stinking Cloud, was that? Yeah, I thought I might go for an area of effect if we're getting monsters that are like 12 deep or something stupid like that. Right, let's see what else we've got to sell or not. Pull everything and let's see what we got. View 130 platinum. So let's see what the showboat is. +1, okay. I wanted to make sure I wasn't a +2 or anything like that, so I can sell that, because I've already got one of those. What we got here, we've got longsword, 7 gold pieces, so it's standard. Longbow. No, I didn't want to drop it, I wanted to sell it. 10 gold pieces, it's a standard. Another 10. Another 7. That was a fine. Join these up. Oh yeah, he's got some stuff, so I don't want to sell a longsword because that's his. What's the battle axe? 2 gold pieces, that's a standard battle axe. Chainmail is a standard chainmail. Longbow standard. Longbow standard, okay. And then we've got Farrell. See if Farrell's got anything. Okay, chainmail 12 standard. Battle axe 2 standard. Right, okay. Grab some darts for Farrell. 10 of those should be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just double check Zilith. $73 hours, that's fine. Okay, let me have one more check on how much money they've got. Make sure I'm not missing any opportunity for a level up. Even though I think most of them now won't be able to level up anyway. So, 130 platinum. 3 gold. 3 electrum. 26 silver. 6 copper. So 655, so I reckon there's at least 2 levels worth of stuff in there. I think I'm going to save my money for now. Oh, share exits. I'm also going to nip into the office for the city hall. See if there's anything that I can get. Oh, I can't go in that way. Your entry. The council clerk begins looking through a stack of papers. Before I can offer any commissions, I must see if you've done a current ward. Clerk shuffles through her papers. On the matter of commission, she said, I can offer the following. So-called keep on Thorn Island must be cleared. Council is offering a ward for books, maps, tomes. That's the same thing. Ooh, a weapon of great power is to be auctioned to our enemies. This auction is to be held in Poodle Plaza. Find out what the weapon is in return. I think that's the one with the random... Just double check what the map says about that. Yeah. So Poodle Plaza is the place that I've been using to level up. Because there's so many guards in there. It just is random. So we've got 2 places we can look at. So-called keep is full of undead, and I'm wondering whether it's worth having another look going down there now that the party is a lot better than it was. Oops, can't go that way. But I also wanted to go into the goblin bit and clear that out first. So I'm going to do that first, and then we're going to have a look at... maybe have a look at so-called keep and see whether we can do anything in there. Not that far away. There we go. Let's do a save. Just in case I was wrong. And we end up getting owned. Right, break down the door. Come across goblins. You've alerted the guards. I've just realised that I don't think I've memorised the spells, but never mind. Right, so we've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 deep. So about 20 that side. What you say, about 23, something like that. Okay, it's time to clear them all out. Go for the goblin leader. Son of a bitches with longbows. See how many attacks I get. 1, 2, 3. That's just a 3 attack. Three damage, not enough. Eleven, you're gone. Miss. A miss. Oh, I got another one. That's good. I think I'm going to start pushing up. Maybe. After this attack, possibly. Or I can move core into that middle bit and then go for an attack. Because I need to push up to start getting into the leaders. Because they're going to start to be a problem if I don't. Unless... Did I save? No, I didn't. Not done mirror image, though. Foul is duplicated. Right, so I'm going to move core up and then go for an attack. Miss. 11. Miss. 4 times the attacks. So that's worth going up and just trying to go for lots of attacks. Ooh, foul's gone down. Dead. Miss. Dead. Dead. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Core to go up towards the leaders now. See if I can take out at least one. It's dead. $29 points, so if the goblin goes for me, it's not going to be too bad. Miss. Hit. 9. 5. Okay, so I got rid of 2 of them. Seven gone. Goblin's gone down. Everyone's attacking core missing. So go up 1. Go for a sweep action. Nobody needs to be bandaged. You can go up and take more on. You can go for this one. You can swap back to your bow. Oops. That was stupid. Never mind. I keep forgetting about the A. Mind. It's fine, don't worry about it. Basically, sometimes I completely forget myself. Instead of pressing A to aim, I just press M and a move and then realize I fucked up. Go and bandage, Silith. Okay, I don't think there's anything else, so I can go and attack the goblin here. And then it's laid into him now. Come on, let me have my turn so I can take you all on. Miss. That's one dead should be, yep. Miss. That's it, so I'll need to move a bit closer. That's another one gone. 4. Yes, they are doing 4 attacks in a turn for smaller enemies.
the fallen!
Ooh. Got a raid from a Zypho. Give it a moment whilst people come in chat and say hello. Because I don't know whether... Oh, is one of the goblins gone? Because I don't know if anybody's having to be stuck with adverts. So just give me a sec. Pool of Radiance, yeah, that's right, Amy the Viking. Hello there, Dave Velociraptor. You're in the middle of a playthrough of Pool of Radiance. Are you saying you are here or you already are yourself? Yep, cool, Zypho raid, Charlie Farr. So thanks everybody for popping in from Zypho's raid. I think that's enough time for me to say hello and such. Because I didn't know if anybody was behind an advert. Yeah, so we're playing Pool of Radiance. I've already mentioned to other people here. I took a few streams. Well, I did a load of grinding off stream. So my audience didn't actually get bored by watching me kind of grind a lot, and we've done a load of levels in the background, which have saved about 2 to 3 streams of doing that. And I've come into this stream and started tidying up all the bigger areas, like this particular area where you have like 32 got orcs and stuff. And we've managed to just slam straight through into them because we're not crappy level 1 party anymore. And we've managed to get through a few more levels because we just picked up a load of +1 weapons that we don't really need, so I've sold them all off and just pushed everyone back up 4 levels again. And now we've come into this area, which I died on, I think the last stream, because my party was small and shit. No, I didn't. I came across this when I was grinding. I accidentally went through a door. That's what happened. And then I remembered to come back here. And we've just basically been trashing it. So out of the 6, we've got 3 left. And it looks like the goblins may be dying in the next couple of hits. So hopefully that's good. I say the middle, but I haven't loaded up for a while. I've not given up. Yeah, don't give up. It's taken me... I don't know how much you're into it, but do try and grind early. If you've not done so already. And then everything else seems to fall in place after that. I've only played this once back in 2000 due to a bug. I ended up with 16 tons of jewelry at the end. 16 tons, Jesus. Use Goldbot's companion? No, I don't think so. Cast sleep. I did that once. During the big one of the rooms you went in with a few. Well, I was gonna say big room. It's not that one. One of the rooms where there was a few orcs in. I dumped sleep on a few of them and just like kind of one shot killed him. Felt a bit guilty, but then I thought, well, they're orcs, so no. Well, I guess here, but are you in the Bane Temple? No. We are just in the slums area at the moment. Lovely beard, thank you very much, Pac Mick. Not been grinding, but my party seems pretty effective, at least while sleep keeps working. They are. If you've got a strategy that works for you, that's perfectly fine. Goldbot's companion is a DOSBox Bolton that gives you an automatic status display. Well, I'm playing on real hardware, so this is the 486 I've got down here. I will, for those of you that don't know the look of my setup for this, let me just go and find the second camera. Okay, so as you can see, there's the screen, and this is the SCSI CD-ROM that's attached to this 486 here. It's on a Checkmate case. We've got a standard floppy and a GoTech here. So I'm fairly fully prepared for anything CD wise. It's got 2 hard drives in here, one that's 1 gig that I've filled already, and one that's about 5 gig, I think, that I've hardly touched, because games on 486s are usually quite small anyway, and so that's what I'm running it on, proper old school hardware. Yeah, basically, oh god, let me finish off reading the chat, otherwise I'm going to get confused. Where have I gone? 6-figure number of jewelry. Sadly, didn't transfer over to Curse. Could have bribed everyone. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I called the bank and he walked into Namco's. What? What was that entail? I called the bank and the ebook turns into Namco's. Oh, is this from Zypho stream? Okay. Namco's is a sexy beard in Zypho. Sure, okay. How many megs of RAM is that in that beauty? Okay, here's a good one for you. Guess how many megs of RAM is in there? I'll let you guess. I think you'll be stunned, especially for a 486. Steady now, Vila. Yeah, so the 486 and a checkmate. I've got 2 checkmates. One is for the Amiga 1200. And the other one was for the 486 because it's not a conventional, you know how 486 is, there's a motherboard, and then it's like this for the expansion slots. Well, this is what's known as an LPX, which is a low profile extension. Some companies kind of did it. It's basically like riser board, and then you've got the 2 slots that come off. So finding a case for that was a pain in the ass because they only had the motherboard. And then checkmate came in and I kind of went, oh, I wonder whether, and then it seemed to work. I had to use a Dremel to go into the back to reshape the back because obviously with the 486 it's basically a long strip, not like the rectangles we've got nowadays. But that's the only modification I've done with it, and it's working perfectly fine at the moment. The other thing I need is a 3D printed bottom because it's not got the hole placement correctly. So at the moment it's sat on a piece of cardboard and a static bag. Not the best of ideas, but touch wood, it's working. So until I get the 3D printed bit for that it's gonna sit like that for the moment. Right. So we've got a 4 meg, we've got a 64. So the 4 meg is not correct. 64 is the maximum that this machine can do. Currently, I've got 48 in there. So a whopping 48 meg in a 486 DX2 machine. I think when I said that to one of my friends, he was like, fucking hell. Because I think he only had about 8 or something like that. So I think next month or next year I will finally finish off the last 16 meg. Because it only takes 4 or 16. Excuse me. So yeah, I think it's got 3 16s and a 4. That should be about 48, I think. Give me a sec. Oh no, it might have 3 16s in then. Because I don't think this has got a 4 in. I think it's got certain, if I remember rightly, you can only have like 2 16s and 2 4s. And it was something like that. You can only have certain placements of certain memory bits. But yeah, it's got 48 or 42. It's definitely in the 40s anyway. That's currently what it is. It does have level 2 cache in there, but the level 2 cache is not... It works for a while and then it kind of freezes, so I've had to disable it. So I have to figure out what's going on in there. But other than that, it runs perfectly fine. I've got a black checkmate with a 500++ in it. matching black gateway, 17-inch CRT. One day I'll solder up the 500 plus plus. Yeah, so this has got a 1200 with a TF1230 in it, and my front sections are a floppy drive and a CD-ROM, because I've never had a CD-ROM in a 1200. I mean, I think the best way to say it is I didn't realize you could put a CD. I mean, I knew about the CD32, but it's a bit different. But when I realized you could actually have a CD for 1200, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go for it, because why not? And I think one of the earliest CDs I got for the 1200 was, let me just pull it out, this Aminet Set 1. Let me just put it over to webcam stream for a bit. So yeah, this is Aminet Set 1. Basically, it pulls in most of Aminet in a CD form, and you can put stuff on there. So you've got and it splits it into what we've got. Directories of dev, util, graphics, pics, text, documents, demo, game, com, hard, biz, disk, misc, mods, and MUS, and music software. But this is pretty old anyway. It's from 1995, so it's going to be stuff that's going to be newer on Aminet anyway. The only other CDs I got recently for it is the Amiga format CDs. We did actually go through tried to go through at least one of these. And then when I upgraded to the 1230, the CD part of it just wasn't working properly. And I think if Amiga Gamer is on here, he'll remember that. And I think what we found out was I was using one of those. It's got a CF card in it. It's got the wire was so long for it. We've figured out that it was okay without the accelerator, but once you put something like a 1230 at 50 megahertz in, you've now got like faster processor. And when you've got a long cable coming out of the IDE drive, it was causing some games to not work properly. So I found a CF card that was sat on the actual motherboard, so there's no kind of talk between that length of wire, and that seems to have worked perfectly fine. And whatever else was up with it seems to fix the CD as well. So I think in the meantime, I ended up started doing the CD format stuff from the beginning, and I've got that from Tosec, because the Amiga has a program that allows you to read CD ISOs, like we do with modern PCs now, with the virtual drives. It's got something like that in there for ISOs, and we've just been going through that. But come this Christmas, I'm probably going to put in the proper CD in, and we're probably going to be looking at this one, because it is a Christmassy one. So we'll get around to that this Christmas, now that the CD is working. So yeah, it's been a fun project putting all that together and going through all the issues we've had with it. It's still got some issues with some games like Bloodnet, but I've now got the wedge, which is because I got two 1200s, and I'll go into that story at another point. But that wedge 1200 has got my old card in, which is basically just a RAM upgrade, and that seems to be a bit better for conversions for certain games. So I need to finish putting all the games on that and sorting that out, and then that's going to come out on occasion. Where are we up to? Oldest system is a fat PS3 that I can play my PS1 games on. The most prized PC from the early 90s was a 386DX 40 MHz with 8 megs of RAM. An absolute monster of a computer. It's comparable with low-end 486s. I've got a 386 SX and a P233 MMX, a P3 1 GHz, a C2D, is that at 3.4 GHz, and an AMD X6. So the only other machine that I got as PC that's old school kind of thing is behind here is a HP T, is it T5710 or something? I'll put a second camera on, give me a moment. It's what I use for the Windows 98 stuff. In fact, I'm being an idiot and I've forgotten that I've actually got a command for this. So, Win 98 box, I think it is. There we go. So that's the thin client that I'm use for the Windows 98. Let me just show you the beastie itself. And it would also be helpful if I took off the image. There we go. So there is a mess of wires, plus that's the thin client there. I had to buy a because the thin client usually comes with like a seat, you know, the little stand, but obviously this didn't have it, so it made it kind of hard for me to play around with it whilst it was kind of sat on its side. And eventually I found in fact, let me just turn this around again. So you can see that on here that's a custom holder for the thin clients, and it does have an adjustable width. And the good thing is that obviously it can sit on my monitor stand, and it can be, because it's out of the way now, so because I don't have much space around here, makes it a lot easier to put it on there. But if anybody wants something like that, let me know and I'll put it in chat where I got it from. But I find thin clients, if you don't have enough space and you want another PC, a good option to go through, because I've had a pretty good decent time with that system, and it is rocking a ATI Radeon, and I believe that's was it the first generation Radeons? So I think not long after the 3D cards came out, I think that's when they started doing those. But as you can see, it says 16 meg dedicated memory. So yeah, it works pretty well. So I can't really argue with that. Anyway, I'm babbling. I do apologise for that. Alright. Is there anything else I wanted to point out? Oh, I might as well put on the system specs for the current box, which is this one. I think it's that. Yeah. There you go. That's the current specs of this machine here. I missed anything? Okay, they're all wired up through KVM switches to the same 21-inch CRT, MT32 pipe speakers, mouse and keyboard. I actually bought, because I've got more than one VGA device now. I wanted to be able to switch between them, but I didn't really want a KVM, because I'm only using this monitor here. I have bought myself this VGA switch, and it's just for the VGA. So at some point I'm going to get that put together, and it comes with a power of yet another USB, but it should be fine. I think that cost me about 20 quid. So I just need to buy some more VGA what do you call it, VGA connectors, and I'll be fine. Because at the moment this is going through VGA, it's going through the OSSC, and I've got VGA splitters, so I can kind of change the source to be whatever I need it to be. And obviously, as you already know, if you've done streaming, it's easier to kind of go through a splitter and look at it that way rather than looking at whatever the stream is, because if that lags, then it's going to affect gameplay. So you have so many USB and barrel jacks everywhere. Yeah. The other once I do a stream with sound as well, I usually use line out from the sound card to my main PC sound card, so it's line out there to line in, if you get what I mean. And that's how I sort the sound out, and it's pretty well. That reminds me as well, as I'm doing DOS, since you're all new here at the moment, next month is going to be December, which I'm taking part in thanks to somebody called Team Havoc. So let me just do a shout out to Team Havoc. I also need to do a shout out to Zypho. So give me a sec. So that's Zypho. I think most people know who he is anyway, but I'm trying to keep up with etiquette. And RTM. Should be correct. No? Oh no. Sorry. Let me just double check that's the correct person. Yes, it is. Right, so that Team Havoc there is basically doing December. We did it last year. I just tagged on for last year. I ended up doing Iron Assault, which was a light mech game. I finished it quite recently, so this is Iron Assault. Quite fun, actually. This year we've got a choice between Chasm the Rift and William Shatner's Tech War. I'm still going to be doing this on a Tuesday, so I'm probably going to be hijacking this Sunday, I think I said I was going to be doing. So if you want to vote for which game I'm going to be doing, that is the poll. As far as the last saw, I had 2 votes in for Tech War. I've not seen it since, so that's probably going to have changed by now. And I'm fairly tempted to do another DOS stream during December, possibly looking at more kind of arcadey stuff. So whilst I've got the Tuesdays doing this, and then the Friday, Sundays now doing whatever wins that poll, then I can do like a Friday with some other bits. So that's that, I think. Is there anything else I'm missing? I don't think there is. Other than that, what does anybody? I don't know if Cypher is still here, but before I completely forget and be crap with my raid etiquette, what were you guys playing over at Cypher's channel? Yeah, I do apologise for my bad etiquette, but when you're out of practice, it's trying to remember everything. Right, and I've got to go and get rid of this lot. And I meant the goblins. So yeah, what were you playing over at Cypher's? Thank you for the follow there, Dave Velociraptor. CPC Retro Dev Games, the yearly Amstrad Game Creation Competition. Any fun ones in there? I know on Amiga side, Big Cammy has just done the new. She started the new Amiga Game Jam, which is kind of weird because it feels like 2 minutes ago since she last did the finished the last one. I think that was in February. I think that was the one where was it Nightmare one? DJ Hoffman won that one. This year there's apparently it's swords and sorcery theme, and there's about 5 months. She put 5 months in for dev time. I'm probably not going to do something because I'm too busy with other dev projects as well. There's nearly 40 games made every year. Tonight was Penguin Attack. Hoffman, yeah. Penguin Attack tonight was the second place game. Plays like a Konami coin-op. 1986 top stuff. I'll have to have a look for that. As in, I'll look at your VOD tomorrow. Have a look at that. I wonder if he's going to enter. He's finishing. I don't know. Because I know he does mostly Amiga stuff. I don't know if he's ever done any CPC stuff. I mean, he might do. It's, you know, I'll have to see, really. Where are we up to? Continue battle now. Parties 1. He's definitely not doing CPC stuff. I mean, is he going to enter next? Oh, right, sorry. I got confused. I don't know, maybe. You said he was almost finished with possibly. Be interesting to see what he comes up with. But he can't do ports. So, because I know I spoke to him last time after we did Nightmare, because Nightmare's got 2 sequels, and one of them's got like a dungeon crawler, so he couldn't do that anyway because, like she said no ports, so it's probably gonna have to be an original one. Let's see what it goes. If it does go game allowed good music, yeah, absolutely. Do not disagree with that. What we got in terms of, we've got money, 180 silver, and we've got a fuck ton of bloody booty which hardly anybody can take. Right, so they should have studied leather and short sword is going to be worthless. That's definite. Got lots of scale mail. Got some long bows. I think you should take the scale mail. Am I overloaded yet? Thought so. All share. Stern, what can you take? Take at least 1 longbow. A short sword. Take the scale mail because they'll sell for a bit. That's the longbow. You're now overloaded. Brian the Thief. We need to take some arrows at least. Give them to Zilith. The only issue I have with this is as soon as you get rid of the treasure, it's gone forever. So you can't kind of come back and pick some, you can't come back and pick it up as far as I remember. Which is a bit of a shame, really. But I think there's so much stuff that you can pick up in terms of jewels. You should be okay. Exit. No, I don't want to claim because nobody's available. Let's do a rest. That's right, it's gone forever, but very early on, you stop picking up everything apart from magic items and arrows. Yeah, I remember that from, so there was a game I played years ago called Castle of the Winds, and it was was one that we picked up for Windows 3.11. It was the only game, as far as I remember, that we actually spent money on as a shareware title. And I remember at the beginning, you just pick up everything you can. And then you get to that point where you just like, is it a +1 or an enchanted? Nah, I don't want it then. And you just go around picking up everything that's enchanted. So I learned that one years ago. And this one, I'm just going to pick up as much as I can because I've got enough. I think actually I should be okay now because I don't need much in terms of resting. Let me just double check the stats here. The other thing I also want to do is, whilst that's doing it, just double check something. Excuse my squeaky chair. Because I was talking about the shareware game that we got. I want to see if I've got it. Just dumbing through my discs. Give me a moment. I have about a few of these. Two of them are in there for the Amiga. The other two are for PC. And the reason why I'm thumbing through these is because I'm pretty sure I remember when we bought the shareware, it was actually it came from Epic Mega Games, and we not only got Castle of the Winds, we got Solar Winds, and we got a couple of extra games on top of that. I just want to see if I can find the discs because I'm pretty sure some of you might want to see the artwork on that. It's not here in the next couple of discs. I'll wait until next time. I'm pretty sure it was around. Not there. That is strange. Is that an Epic game sort of like a roguelike? I think I've heard about it. It wasn't. Let me find the. I'll give you the Wikipedia page. You can have a look. There you go. Interesting story about that. So, it's based on it's based on Nordic type myth. It's Nordic type stuff. And I remember you know the girl who played Matilda. What's her name? Oh, the one from the 90s with Danny DeVito. So she put something on Twitter mentioning this particular character. And I joking was like, oh, something Castle of Winds. And she's like, yeah, I totally played it back when I was a kid. I'm like, what? So, yeah, so Matilda was a bit of a gamer when she was quite young back then anyway. Right, I found it. I best it. So I have, it's part of the discs here is, in fact, I'll stick it on to webcam stream mode. There we go. So we can get a better angle. There we go. Epic Mega Games, Heartlight and Electroman. So that was the other disc that came with the bunch of Castle of Winds one and the Solar Winds. I don't have those anymore as far as I remember. I do still have this. I don't think this works anymore. And I still have the disc itself. Game I thought it was. I've not played it, but someone at some point had spoken really fondly of it. Yeah, it's a really nice game. It's one of those ones that I'll keep going back to every so often to play. Nice little roguelike. Right, save B. We'll be on 2:43. Probably do another 20 minutes. We've done them really well actually in this. We've done really well in this game so far. So let's see what's behind this door. This large room is apparently empty. You find a loose floorboard. Prying it up, you find a chest hidden beneath the floor. Do you take it? Oh fuck yes. Found treasure and more experience points. What we got? Got money. 200 platinum and 2 gems. We'll share that. What else have we got? A shield and a magic user scroll with 1 spell. Okay. So, Core's got that. I think magic user scroll. I think I should give that to Farrell and see what she can see from it. So, trade that with Farrell. In fact, I probably just need to exit that and just have a quick look around anyway. Okay, something else. So then I can encamp. Magic. Scribe. It's got magic missile on it. Okay. Well, I've already got magic missile, and so does Zilith. So I could probably sell that actually. Right, so we cleaned out that area. Let me just double check who is available for experience leveling. So I said the core was probably still a bit off. Yeah. So it needs to be 18,000. I suspect Sturm is nowhere near. Yep. Sturm is another 8,000 away. Gold Moon is at least 2,000 away. Well, 1,500 away, I believe, from level 5. I could probably level up Zilla to level 3 magic user. Brian is at least 2,100 away for a level 5. Yeah, Farrell's at least 10,000, I believe, from a 5. Right, okay. Are you numbering when they're... Sorry. Are you numbering them when they permanently die? Yeah, basically, when we first played this game, because I'd never played it before, I couldn't... I think we basically named them for Twitch people. And then I think I got into fights and they permanently died, and I couldn't work out how to raise their dead, or couldn't sleep, and I just had this dead party. And I think we ended up redoing the game again, and it took a couple of attempts to find out how to bandage. And now that I know how to bandage, I've hardly had any permadeaths. I'm assuming I'm probably going to get permadeaths later on, possibly, but so far, touch wood, at the moment, Sturm, Farrell, and Brian have all had permadeaths. Owen Zillith as well. The other two are fine. Manage is really potent, game changing, really. Yeah, it's knowing that's the thing, and I finding, after a few attempts, it worked out. That's the thing about this game. It's one of those, once you get into it, and it'll take you a bit to get into it, because it's not the usual you'd expect. Because when I got into D&D stuff, it was more like Baldur's Gate, which I believe is different again. So it took me a while to get into it, and I'm now that I've got right. I think I'm been streaming too long now. Now that I'm kind of in the flow of things, it's kind of straight in. So I'm quite happy with. I'm quite looking forward to the rest of it now, and I actually want to see what Buck Rogers is like at some point, because I know that's Gold Box. So it'll be interesting to see what the differences are between those two. The only reason you get into this is either with enormous effort, or because it's 1988 and it's the only way to properly play D&D on a computer. Well, I've always wanted to play the Gold Box stuff, and somebody did suggest a few streams ago, hey, can you do an RPG? And I think they did suggest a D&D one, and I was like, why not just do the Gold Box? I mean, I started off with D&D years ago, and this is it says, trying to put up a book that, anyway, that's my D&D second player's handbook. Usually when I play a D&D like this, like when I'm playing Neverwinter Nights, that's 3rd edition, I'll bring out my 3rd edition handbook and go through stuff, because I know where bits are in the book, and they've got better descriptions of spells and things like that. So we're right back, no problem. Yeah, we've had streams where I think Cammy came in at one point. Was it last stream or the stream before? And I basically just dug out all my role-playing stuff and started showing out everything. So if you want to do that again, put something in the chat, and I'll take a few moments off and I'll dig through the other games, because I don't just have D&D. I've got Judge Dredd. I've got the one that I used to role play, which was as in DM4, which was Chin the Warring States. That's basically Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon in roleplay form. Got Exalted. I've got the new Alien RPG. I've got Star Wars, the old Saga edition. I've got one of the West End games versions as well. So I don't just have D&D stuff. I've got all the SSI D&D games on my shelves. They're really good, but not very accessible these days. No, but it's like I said, it's one of those things of once you get into it, you can kind of, click into it. And I am enjoying this quite a lot. I've spent quite a bit of time grinding and stuff, and I'm still soldiering on. I'm still happy doing this. And I'm looking forward to the rest of it. Yeah, everybody's still got their, did have their PhDs. I've got the Dungeon Master one as well. Although the difference between these two is this is a bit more bendy, not as good condition. The Dungeon Master one is in perfect condition. So my prize is hard book, first edition of Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Oh, they're worth it, yeah. I think the role-playing stuff, I've got Battletech, the 4th edition board game, and inside that I've got the role-playing game for MechWarrior, 3rd edition. I've always wanted to play that, but I've always wanted to play MechWarrior with other people, but never got around to it. Gold box games worth it, yeah, definitely are, absolutely. From what I've been playing so far, I've not wanted to kind of put it down or anything like that. I've not got bored of it. I've soldiered on with it, but I think maybe it's partly because I've been a D&D player for years, so I don't mind it too much, and I know that it can be very in-depth. Right, let's see if you played the Battletech tabletop game. I imagine it was great fun, but I've only played. Do I have? This is the Battletech. Yeah, let me just go back to what's its screen again. Sorry. This is the Battletech Power Hits, which is the Crescent Hawk Revenge, Inception, and MechWarrior. This is how I got introduced to an entirety of MechWarrior through this game. Somebody lent me this, and I still got it years later. That's one of those people. I didn't mean to kind of keep it, but if the person wants it back, he or she is quite happily can do. But that's what got me into kind of that universe. On the YouTube channel it's now, where's my fingers gone? This side? No, not this side. Where is that? I can't do this. Hang on a minute. Let me go back to the second cam. So on this side up here, because it makes it a bit easier. Sorry. The YouTube channel. I've been doing Crescent Hawk Revenge. I think I was the only person at that point doing it. Somebody else did a better LP of it than I did. I've still yet to finish it. Revenge is very tough because unlike Inception, I think Inception was more action adventure style, but Crescent Hawk Revenge is very much the tabletop version in computer form, and there are times where because obviously it does the critical hits, and if you get a critical hit, you can either be really, really slowed down, or your mech just blows up, even though it's probably 20% left damage and still operable. It doesn't matter, it's just gone. That took me a while to get through. I'll happily get back to that at some point because I've got the 486 that can transfer the files over. I don't have to worry about DOSBox anymore and get it through on that. And then obviously there's the Battletech game. I remember playing that years ago. MechWarrior it was. Did I play much of MechWarrior 2? I can't remember. And then my grandma gave me MechWarrior 3. I really love that game because you could target certain parts of the mech, I believe. MechWarrior 4 I've never played. I played a bit of, sorry, but because it went to the number pad. But I've never played it fully all the way. I think I've just tested it. I've now got, speaking of which, I managed to pick this up thanks to what's the streamer's name? Dr. CDCS. And this has got MechWarrior 4 Vengeance, Black Knight, and Mech Commander 2. I've also played Mech Commander 1, I think. I remember they came out on one of the, is it PC, Ultimate PC or something? The demo discs. And just go onto this side. And I picked it up, I think, at Play Expo, or maybe something like that. I now have the full copy of Mech Commander. So I've now got both games, and this comes because I know that I think it's Dave Velociraptor is on the same today in the Retro podcast with Retro Man Cave. There is a manual here, and let's have a look how many pages there are. 184. And a 9-stick manual. That's it. Yeah, you'll see all the things I've got here. So I've got Syndicate War, Star Trek Harbinger, Diablo. The recent purchases I've got are Mythfall Lords, which at some point I do need to get back and playing. I've got the sequel, which is Myth Tube Soul Blighter. He doesn't go by Retro Man Cave out. Sorry, the RMC Stroud Man. There you go. I think that's what he goes by. I also picked up Myth 3 that isn't on a box. So this is Myth 3, the Wolf Age. So I remember playing that, and he really loved the little small dwarves that would throw Molotov cocktails, or what would like to be Molotov cocktails. And I think this is the latest purchase is Forsaken. That I got at Play Expo. Anyway, getting distracted again. I forgot everything. Put everything back yesterday. Best RPG for me there was AD&D 2nd edition. Played some great Forgotten Realms and Mystara campaigns. I think I remember you saying that before. Because I think you came in and we were talking about that. And I went and picked up DMG. If you remember, it had it on the inside. All the different ones. So it showed off Planescape Torment, Mystara, Dragonlance, Dark Sun, that's another one. I think that was it. Music in MechWarrior PC games are pretty good, yeah. Played Call of Cthulhu RPG once, but it's too weird. Rolling dice is if you went insane. Yeah, I played it. I played it a couple of times, quite enjoyed it. I've got the Causium one because there's two types of Call of Cthulhu. There's the original Causium one, done by Sandy Peterson. Same Sandy Peterson that went and did Doom levels for id Software. And the other one is the D20 version. And I've also got Actual Cthulhu, which is basically Cthulhu in the Second World War. I think that's a slight different thing. So yeah. Right, okay. let's bash this door down and see what's behind it. Nothing. This looks like another way to get here. Yeah. Right, that's that. I think we've done quite a bit. What we're going to do, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go back into town. I'm going to sell a little stuff, and I think I'm going to call it a stream on that note. Because we've done quite a lot of good stuff in this particular episode. Well, stream. Especially with the amount of leveling we've done, the amount of awesome conflicts we've been in, and just taking out most stuff, and then picked up booty and just carried on leveling because I'd had the experience points due to all the grinding, which was good on my note. Cthulhu Mythos feels very real to me, as if it might be true. Yeah, it's got that kind of almost. It's what did they call it? It's cosmos type stuff. That sort of could be real, but you know, yeah. Speaking of Cthulhu stuff, I don't know if anybody's played Call of Cthulhu: Dark Corners of the Earth. That was a really good one. I still enjoy that on occasion. I think I finished it. I think I'd either almost finished it or got very close to finishing it. Because I remember the one of the guns you got was this kind of small lightning gun. Cosmic Horror, that's it. Keep meaning to. Arrow from ARG recommended it. So, but yeah, do ever have a look at that. It's a really good one, that one. I also like the way that my character once died through there's basically there's a crossing you do on a ship. I'm not going to go too much into it because I don't want to spoil it, but there's a crossing you do on a ship and beasts appear, and sometimes your character can take sanity hits from, because obviously it's like monsters that you know monsters like Cthulhu's described as something that's so horrific that it melts your mind, kind of thing. It's that sort of like visual idea. And this particular monster came up, and my character decided just to kind of scream and then just die because he'd lost so much sanity. So that was an interesting one. Never played Shadowrun, but it looks pretty good. Shadowrun, I think, isn't it based on? I'm sure it was based on Cyberpunk. I could be wrong. No significant spoilers. Think it's just I'm just basically generally you can use sanity, through that, but that's one of the things that happened to me anyway. There's Azeroth, the demon sultan who dreamed creation into existence. No, I try and be considerate with most stuff. I try, I try not to spoil stuff because I know that. I think the only thing that I've ever spoiled for myself was when Alien Isolation came out. I could not stop watching the LPs because sometimes what I'll do is I'll watch an LP of a game that I want to play, but I'll watch a bit of it. But with Alien Isolation, I just ended up spoiling it for myself because I couldn't stop watching it because it was so good. And then I played it and I still loved the fuck out of it. I remember going through a period of, even after I played it, watching other people's streams just because I wanted to see how they'd react to the Alien in its entirety. And I have played the VR version. The VR version is very, very good. I remember once, because the way the alien drops down in different places, I was hiding behind one of the gurneys or the beds, looking down that way, and it was regular down that way that the alien would drop down. And then I heard this hiss, and I turned to my left because I had the VR stuff on, and there's the alien, and I thought, you can fuck. Of course, it killed me, but it's just like, of all the times you decide to go that side rather than this side, shit. Just checking Shadowrun because I for some reason I've got a. It does have cybernetics in, but I'm not sure whether it's connected to Cyberpunk for some reason. Developed by Phaser, who originally had the Battletech license. They did at one point have the Star Trek license for role-playing stuff, I believe. Right, so it looks like its own thing. Oh no, I don't. Yeah, because Cyberpunk is made by somebody else. 2025, I think it was. 25, 2045? 2020, that was it. That was the one I remember playing. Yeah, different publishers. Right, it's because it's the Cyberpunk side is what's confusing me. That's something I do want to have a look at because there's a Mega Drive game for Shadowrun, I believe. Right, okay. Who's got what? We got gems. Right, let's have a look in here. Let's go for selling stuff. Appraised gem. 50 gold pieces. You've got a gem. It's 10. I think everybody else is fine. Right, so who's got the shield? Seven gold pieces at standard scale mail. 1,250 gold pieces. That's going to be a plus. Let's say no, and let's ID the shield. +1, yep. Person who uses a shield, I believe Goldmoon does. You can have that. Oh yeah, I forgot you went a lot of stuff. Sell the longbow for 25. Let's say no, because I'm not sure on that one. 1 gold piece for the short sword. Scale mail standard. Longbow is 25 again, it should be fine actually. Yeah, these don't look like they've got anything worth savouring. Okay. You can sell your shield, so I'm ready that and sell it. And I want to check something. AC4. AC2. Alright, good. So getting harder to hit now. Got all the arrows, and you can send those to Zilith. But let's just see if the 0 gold pieces are standard. Right, so you can go over to Zilith, which means I don't have to buy any more arrows for a bit. Standard short sword, standard scale, standard longbow, standard. Yep, okay, no, trade that. Zilith. And I said I was going to sell this magic scroll. 150. Right, okay. Get the arrows joined up before I forget. Let's encamp a second and save. Right, back to DOS. I'm just going to pop into Windows a second. The reason why I do that, if you don't know, is because if I leave the screen on with DOS, this screen will white screen because it doesn't have any screensaver stuff. So at least I can get to put some screensaver things on, and you get to see a Windows 3.11 screen, which this incidentally was my first Windows. Windows for work groups. I remember vaguely, I think when we bought the PC, we didn't have any Windows stuff on it, so we had to buy from eBay at the time the discs for 3.11. Obviously, I don't think we've got them anymore. No, because I think it got sold with that machine. Alright. Ooh, that also reminds me as well. I want to double check, because I've changed the CD in this to a new SCSI, because the old one was going. One more thing before we finish tonight is I want to, because you see it says Darkseid 2 there. I want to see if I can actually run that. So I'm just going to refresh this. I like how you're properly using the hardware. What, like going into Windows to use the screensaver? I just do it the way I need to do it, because if there's no point in me having a screen that white screens. Yeah, you can see how the SCSI is opening up. Yeah, because it's a pain in the arse for me to have to recycle the monitor just to get it to, you know. Yeah, and I've also put a command in this to make sure that the CD does get picked up, and if it doesn't, then I think what I had to do with the last one was, I think it was on its way out anyway, because at some point I had to keep rebooting the machine just to get it to pick up, whereas this one's perfectly fine. Makes it feel more real as opposed to the more tempting way of just getting it to run anyway. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Right, let me just go and find a CD for Dark Seed 2. Which is... Where did I put it? Oh, I remember. The other thing I need to do on this as well is I want to see if I can get this on the net, just to say that I've done it. I can do it on the I've done it on the Windows 98 box over there because that's got a what's it cable, so that's easy to do. This one I can't remember how I was gonna do it. There's a certain way I was gonna do it. Did I have a network card? Oh, I think I was gonna do it through the serial cable because I've heard that you can actually do it that way. So if I do as a serial cable connected to the PC, or a PC that runs like because I've got serial to USB. So if I do it that way and do like a live CD through kind of a Linux thing and get it to kind of pass through, I should be able to get this through the internet possibly. I've heard it's possible anyway. Final Doom 2. It is Dark Seed 2. So I want to see if this CD will run it, because one thing I noticed was those CDs weren't as good on my other SCSI, and it wouldn't pick it up properly. I'm wondering whether, because this is a new box, it might actually pick it up. I know you probably want to hear the sound actually. Just switch. Should be the line out on this one. Yeah, so I am running this in 1024 by 768. Continue anyway, yeah. Let's see what happens. That looks like it's working. Let's turn let's turn this down a bit. Otherwise it's going to drown me out. Bit more multimedia than Pool of Radiance, yeah. Right, well that's a good test. I wanted to make sure that that was actually running through the CD because, as I was saying before, the old CD drive did not like these. Let me just put this up. Did not like this particular CD form. I think maybe because it was cheaper or something. The Sony CDR ones it seemed to pick up better. Then it just gave up the ghost. I have tried to find an actual copy of Dark Seed for the PC, but I can't seem to find one. So I had to go and get a copy, unfortunately. You can easily find Dark Seed 1, especially for the Saturn, which I've actually got for the Japanese Saturn. Not so much for the sequel. The sequel, you can find a sequel for the Saturn, but it's fucking expensive. Let me just go find it. What you'd like to see. Where is Darkseid gone? Would be helpful to put it in alphabetical order so I've missed it anyone. There we go. It's my copy of Darkseid for the Saturn. And my Saturn is a PAL one, but I've got a action replay cart that allows me to do import stuff, which means I can grow my library in a different way. I know some people like doing the whole get a Japanese Saturn and do it the other way around, but I'm not like that. So, and I think the last thing I'll show you before I will clean up for tonight is this Sim 8086. For those of you who are developers, I think you probably heard talk about this before. So when I was in uni, when we did I think the first time we played around with, or I played around with Assembler, they gave us this program called Sim 8086, and it's a you can see these are all the registers. You can start kind of doing all the see if there's any lessons in here. I don't know if I'd saved them on this or not. So here's my assignments from uni. Yeah, there you go. So you can see where I've kind of put clear screen, start of menu, load immediate address. I think that is DX title int 33. So that's getting the BIOS to pick stuff up. Let's see if I can actually run this. I think what it'll do is it'll put it straight away into kind of step mode so you can actually show how all this stuff goes in the processor. That's it, broken it. There's no error. Oh, there's something going on. Yeah, I think it's just taking its time because yeah, I realized this is on the PC processor is on slow mode for the processor because I had to slow. There was something else before Polar Radiance. Even on a AMD, sorry, not AMD, a 486 DX2, it was too fast for Polar Radiance, so I had to pull the CPU down into slow mode. And then I had to do most slow on top of that. Then I had to do slow within the game just to get it to a reasonable level. So you can see here, we've got single step. And then it just goes down. There's the main bit. Next bit is move 0 into AH. So it goes into here. Then you've got 0 into AL. And then int 33. You're only allowed to set video mode 7, I think. Yeah, that's going to crash possibly. But you can see. Let's see if I can. If there were numbers that go in here, you'd see the numbers popping in. But at the moment, this is a bit too slow. So remind me at some point when we finish Polar Radiance, and I will get back to doing so. Maybe what I can do is I can put it through the Windows 98 machine. It might be a bit quicker. And I probably won't get issues like this. But that was what we used to use at uni, and it was just a great way to actually see all the numbers going in. And the program that I was going to have running was a menu program that would just list the title and what was going on. You can switch between the two. Let me just stop this. So you can see there it says variables, assignment, CRLF is control carriage return line feed, so that's 13 and 10. And then you've got values like enter, I think that's something, I can't remember what it was now. Enter a new string, print out, change, and this, that, and the other. But yeah, that's on. If anybody wants to play with that, just quit it. Because I don't think you can get it on. I don't think you can get it easily now. You used to be able to get it quite easy on the net. Let me go and find my. Okay, so this is from archive.org that I've uploaded. So if anybody wants to play around with that, that's fine. It runs okay on a 486 as far as I remember. And what did we use it on? I think we were on NT, something like that. So 9x stuff should be fine for this. So that's that. Right, I do apologise for that slight change, but I thought I'd show that off, even though it's not working properly. Anyway, where am I up to? Right, okay, thanks everybody for popping in. Thanks for the chats. Thanks for the raid from Zypho and the follow from Dave Velociraptor. I hope you enjoyed my ramblings and stuff. And it's been a good stream today because we managed to get a lot of stuff done. Got a load of booty, got extra +1 stuff. A fuck ton of leveling up has been done, which is great, which means we can take on a lot more things now. We'll be definitely getting back to this next week. Thanks for the stream, no problem there, Geeky Chappy. I will be back. I will be back on Friday with Retro Asylum Game Club. We're still doing. I've realised how actually bright that is on my face. Hang on. There we go. Sorry. I think it's because of the Windows 3.1 lightness coming through. So Retro Asylum Game Club are doing Whizball on C64, so that's via Mister. Hopefully I can get a decent score this time, because I think I got a beginner's luck kind of score at 52k, and then I think last week the highest we got was about 32k. So hopefully I can get a bit better the next week. Sorry, this Friday. After that, we'll do a bit of ant stream on that same day, because I like to kind of add a bit of ant streaming nowadays. Thanks for streaming. My eyes are closing, so straight to bed for me. Thanks, I too, if you're still here. Yep, thank you very much, Dave. Velociraptor, I'll see you soon, hopefully. Where I'm up to, so back Friday with Whizball and Antstream. Sunday is going to be more Postal on a Dreamcast. So we opened up this last week, and I got through about half the levels on the main campaign. That was a load of fun, considering the first Postal I played was the second one. Monday is Amiga Monday. We usually do cover discs and games. I need to get back to sorting out where I'm up to with Wasted Dreams. If not, we'll end up doing some viewer request stuff. And then Tuesday, as you already know, is Pull of Radiance on the 486 machine. So that is my entire schedule for this week. There you go, some nice starry background for you for Windows 3.11. Is there anything else I need to mention? Thanks Cypher for the raid. Thank Dave Velociraptor for the follows. Thanks everybody for the chats. Done my schedule. No, I think that's it. I think it's time to go and raid somebody. So let's see who is available for raiding. Got a choice of couple. Night there, Geeky Chappy. I am thinking. Let me just check somebody. Yeah, why not? Right, so we're going to go and raid Last Time Lord, who is playing SNES. It says also SFC games. Oh, Super Famicom, of course. SNES or Super Famicom games that I've never played. Later, maybe more Conquer today. He's not sure. But it's looking like at the moment he's playing some sort of Mickey Mouse game on the SNES. So we will go and raid him. Let's do a raid 2. Last time mode. There we go. Right, again, as a final point, you know my schedule, so pop back in whenever you are available to. Thanks everybody for popping in, thanks for the chats. Thanks again to Cypher for the raid. Thanks again to Dave Velociraptor for the follow. Hope to see you all again soon, and sorry, was lurking, no problem there, Cypher. And hopefully see you all soon. So until then, see you later.